We're going to get this underway. We call this meeting to order on this day, Monday, May 9th, 2016. If we could have Clerk Kornecki please call the roll for us tonight.
Trustee Aiello. Trustee Bolfus.
Here.
Trustee Kazone. Trustee Case.
Here.
Trustee Taglia.
Here.
Trustee Wagner.
Here.
President Bullwinkle.
Here, if we could all please rise for the pledge. I'll lead us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you can remain standing for one more second, I'm going to ask Trustee Taglia to lead us in the prayer tonight.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Our Heavenly Father, will thou be pleased to grant that this meeting, thus begun in order, be conducted in peace and closed in harmony. Amen.
Amen. Okay. For those of you in the audience tonight, you don't have an agenda already. We have an agenda in the rack on the door right outside the chamber, so help yourself. Item number 3 on the Committee of the Whole is amendments of the agenda. Does the board have any amendments to the Committee of the Whole agenda? The short agenda we have tonight? No. Okay. And we're going to move on to item number 4, presentation of the Green Champion Award by the Environmental Concerns Commission. And I see a member of our Environmental Concerns Commission, Anne Marie, if you'd like to come up to the podium here. We'll have you take it away. We're excited to hear all about it.
Thank you,
You're
President
welcome.
Bullwinkle and
Thank you.
esteemed village board members. My name is Anne Marie, and I'm a member of the Environmental Concerns Commission, which, as you know, advises the board on environmental issues from time to time. And this year, we've chosen to create an acknowledgement for our residents and businesses that demonstrate a commitment to the environment. And we decided to call this acknowledgement being a Green Champion for Villa Park. So tonight, we would like to bestow our first ever Green Champion title to lifelong resident Bill Carges for his long-term overall commitment to the environment. And many of us know him as the manager of Pioneer Garden and Feed in Villa Avenue. If you want to know more about Pioneer and Bill's early time there, you could actually read about it in this past issue of the Village Matters newsletter. In there, while his contributions to the customers have always been invaluable, we are acknowledging his lifelong commitment to going above and beyond that to spread the knowledge of what's required of all of us to be custodians of the planet. In my personal opinion, the most notable are his early adopting of composting as a way of life. You can make compost from your own food scraps and yard waste, thereby reducing volume in landfills and creating excellent organic matter for use in your yard, eliminating the need for chemical fertilizers, and reducing the bags that you have to buy for yard waste and the stickers that go to landfills as well. But it goes beyond that. Bill's knowledge of growing your own food, which is the best locally sourced dining experience you can have, is legendary. So I'm pretty sure he has some vintage copies of Organic Gardening magazine in his basement, as do I. But in no way overshadowing Bill's contribution to Villa Park, I think we have to give a shout out to Angie Rojek and her family for taking the reins of Pioneer Garden and Feed, this institution of Villa Park, for over 100 years when Ron was ready to retire. Also, we are going to be continuing this award in the fall issue of the Village Matters. Will announce the criteria for the next nominee, and you are free to nominate anyone, any business or resident that you know, and then we will award this Green Champion Award again in the spring next year. Please also visit the Environmental Concerns booth at Summerfest this year, where we're holding a drawing for a spectacular compost bin that we purchased from Pioneer Garden and Feed. It's a drawing, and we hope to teach residents about the wonders of composting. And so tonight, in short, we'd like to present this small plaque made of sustainable wood,
Yay.
alder,
Excellent.
as a small token of our appreciation from the Environmental Concerns Commission to Bill Carges for all he's done for this village for all these years and continues to do so. And we'd like to announce him as our very first Green Champion. Bill Bob. A little bigger, we can get it out of the box.
Well, congratulations. You've been a
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You've been a fixture of our community. Would you like to say a few words?
Oh, I got a lot of words.
Okay, sounds good.
But it's under the 3-minute limit, so it's okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you to the Villa Park Environmental Concerns Commission for this recognition. This is one of life's unexpected highlights, and I'm very grateful to receive this inaugural award. Most of you know me through my work at Pioneer Garden Shop on Villa Avenue. I've been lucky enough to have worked at the same place with a few diversions here and there for nearly 43 years. And during that time, I've made a lot of friends while helping the folks of Villa Park and the neighboring communities solve their gardening problems. Pioneer Garden and Feed has been around for 98 years, and I've always been proud to be a part of the oldest retail business in DuPage County in the same location. It's right here. But in all the years I've worked at the shop, I never really thought I was championing a cause or trying to influence people. I was just trading on common sense advice in a way. I have my parents to thank for many of my environmental outlooks that I now try to pass along to others as they did to me. My family has deep roots here in Villa Park. My grandparents came here in 1934, tending to a large garden, a small orchard, and a bunch of chickens at the house where I still live. Growing your own food and replenishing the earth was a way of life back then. Organic fertilizers, composting, and heirloom plants were part of every gardener's vocabulary, not the oddities and novelties they were thought of even a few decades ago. But dealing with insect and disease problems 100 years ago was a whole different matter. We'd like to think those gentler times were less harsh on the environment, but you need only look in the garden remedy books of the day to see that sprays and dusts laden with arsenic, lead, and nicotine were in common use. Over time, we learned how dangerous these products were, and alternative remedies were introduced. But these new products always had their share of drawbacks as well, and so we continue to learn from our mistakes as the not as safe as we thought they were options were replaced by something, thank God, we hoped was a little safer. Now at last it seems we might actually be learning from our mistakes. People from all generations, from all walks of life, are stopping by the shop to ask about organic fertilizers and pest controls like they never have before. We've always searched out organic and nature-based products at the shop. It's part of our heritage there. And our shelves are packed with options that wouldn't have been thought of even 10 years ago. The people of Villa Park are taking to heart the village motto. We're supposed to be the garden village after all. People want to grow their own food. They want to keep bees, raise chickens, plant alternatives to create expanses of high-maintenance lawns, put in rain gardens to manage runoff, establish native plant communities, reduce chemical usage, encourage pollinating insects, use rain barrels for water conservation, make compost to reduce yard refuse pickups, and in general, respect the earth in any way they can. I see this every day at the shop. And the funny thing is, none of these are that hard to do, and very few take up that much of our already precious time. So I call on you, the members of the village board, to embrace these ideas and lead Villa Park back to its agrarian past. Please join me, along with the owners of Pioneer Garden and Feed, Angie and Tony Rojek, as we return to our roots, but this time better informed, more conscious of our choices, as we try to put the garden back into the garden village.
Thank you. Thank you. You're a terrific steward of our village, and our trustee here, Bob Wagner. He's our board liaison to the Environmental Concerns Commission. And is there anything else you wanted to add by chance? In case there was something you wanted to?
Congratulations to Bill. I've had limited interaction with Bill, but he's been, whenever we've asked him or the commission's asked him to help with, composting seminar or something at the library, at the annex, I know Bill's been always willing to help, and I've sought his advice at some occasions, but I appreciate your words of wisdom, and I totally agree with everything you said, Bill, and thank you for your long service.
Thank you, Mike.
Great, thank you. Thank you again. Appreciate it very, very much. Okay, we're going to move on then to item number 5 on the Committee of the Whole. Consider resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the purchase of a public safety camera system for use in the North Avenue Townhomes area. Manager Keener?
Thank you, Your Honor. The village board is requested to review and approve a resolution authorizing the purchase of additional camera systems to increase public safety for use near the North Avenue townhomes. Staff recommends the purchase and installation of additional camera systems on the north side of the North Avenue townhomes. 3 additional pole cameras will be purchased from Tactical Video, Inc. for the total amount not to exceed $31,800. Staff further recommends the purchase of the 2 license plate recognition systems from Bright Computers, Inc. for a total amount not to exceed $30,860. Funding for this project is available from the North Avenue TIF 29-50201-299 and DUI Technology Fund 19-52001-310. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments from the public in regards to this item on the agenda? Okay, seeing none. Oh, okay, sorry about that. Turned my head a little too fast. Hi, you know the drill. Got our pen there, and sign in and state your name for the record, and we'll give you 3 minutes. And do what we can to answer your questions.
Cheryl Tucker, 434 South Brown. Additional 3, we already have some in that area or other places in the village?
Go ahead, yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, we have additional cameras in that particular area, south of the townhomes. Are you familiar with the townhomes?
Yes.
Okay, well, just for the folks at home, there's North Avenue Townhomes consists of 18 buildings, over 100 dwelling units, and south of the 18 buildings, near the alleyway, there are light poles, and we've installed cameras. But on the north side of North Avenue Townhomes, there's a sidewalk right-of-way frontage road, and then North Avenue itself, and between the buildings and the guardrail for North Avenue, there is no lighting and there are no cameras. So we recently, the board approved lights, 10 poles for that area, and now this will be cameras to be installed on those 10 poles to provide additional safety in that area.
Do we have insurance on these cameras to go with it? Are they
They're
also
included
insured?
with the village's
They're
insurance.
included with the
Yes.
price of the insurance to make sure that they're going to be up and running constantly?
Yeah.
For the price is it?
Yeah,
The
we'll
other
be
thing, the 2
maintaining them.
license plate, bright thing, I
Yes.
take it they'll be used throughout the village, not just in one location?
That's incorrect.
That's incorrect, okay.
Yes, there'll be one that'll be mounted on a police car used throughout the village. That camera or that license plate reader is being paid for through the DUI fund. The other license plate reader will be there at North Avenue Townhomes, yes, but one will be used throughout the village.
This one will be used throughout, okay.
Yes.
I wanted to know.
Okay, great.
Good
Thank
question.
you. Yeah, very good questions. Thank you, Cheryl. Anybody else? Okay. Tossing it up to the board. Anybody have any questions about this? Yep. Trustee, yes, Trustee Taglia.
Well, I appreciate the board approving the lights so far, and I think the cameras are needed. Unfortunately, there has been some very unpleasant situations on North Avenue by the townhomes, including suspected gang activity. There's been several shootings over the years. So people want to know why the village is doing this. It's just trying to help bring a little bit of safety to that area and maybe get some of the bad guys out of there. So I definitely support this measure, and appreciate the village manager bringing this forward.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, I'm going to do a roll call vote on this then.
Okay, trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
Trustee Case?
Yes.
Trustee Taglia?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle?
Yes. Okay, with that, we're going to convene to the formal agenda. This is the quickest agenda, maybe the whole agenda we've had so far up here, my tenure anyway. Okay, with the formal agenda now, item number 1 is the village president's report. And I always ask for some general updates from the staff in regards to the various projects that we have going on. So we have our village director of public works, Vitas Jaskalis, coming forward to give us some updates. Ardmore Streetscape, a lot of people are asking questions about that because I see a lot of activity there, and other various projects we have throughout town. So.
Okay, well, let's start out with Ardmore Streetscape then. Asphalt work is complete. The lighting work is pretty much complete except for the new poles. Those are due to be delivered at the end of the month. So about a week before the poles come in, then they'll pull the wires and put up the poles. This week they're supposed to be doing the decorative stamping or striping as they call it, but that depends on the weather, so it may or may not get done this week. North Princeton water main, all the restoration work has been completed on the water main portion of the project. The street reconstruction bids are going to be open tomorrow, so that should be coming to the board shortly thereafter. For 2016 street improvement project, that bid opening was last week. We did have 5 bidders, so we'll be bringing forth a recommendation on that probably at the next board meeting as well. Park Boulevard, curbs, driveways, and sidewalks on the south side are all complete. They're now removing curb on the north side. They expect concrete work to take another 1 to 2 weeks, and we may be coming back to the board to ask for some additional sidewalk work. Some of the sidewalks probably need to come out that weren't originally planned, so we're taking a look at that.
Okay.
South Monterey, the ditch and culvert project, they did fully restore that ditch as well, so go take a look at that project as well. We're going to be bringing forward a few design contracts in the near future as well. North Side Sidewalk, that did hit the IDOT bulletin, so that is set for a June 10th letting by IDOT. We do have one more joint bid project to bring forth. That would be the patching contract, so that one hasn't been awarded yet either. All the other ones, the contracts have been sent out to the contractors, so we're just waiting to establish start dates. Last but not least, the Washington Green Infrastructure Project. All the field work and the geotechnical work has all now been completed, so all that information's been turned over to the consultant and they're ready to begin design. Now that project is scheduled for next fiscal year. We'll probably be coming back in the fall with the county's grant agreement, because we do have an intergovernmental agreement we need to execute. We are getting the $1 million in CDBG-DR funding on that one. That's it.
All right. Thank you for that. Appreciate the updates. Okay, just a couple other things. Last week, myself and our village manager and trustee Taglia went to Springfield on an annual drive down to Springfield sponsored by the DuPage Mayors and Managers. And it was an interesting time down in Springfield. It's a very tense time. I guess that's probably the best way to describe it. I'm trying to think of another way to describe it, but it was still a time well spent because we had an opportunity to meet with Governor Ronner face-to-face, Senate President Cullerton, Senator Cullerton, Tom Cullerton, we met with him as well, and State Rep Deb Conroy. There were a number of other state reps and senators that we met with, and just the idea is just to keep our face out there and keep the communication flowing, because there's a lot at stake in regards to the budget and money flowing and money coming to the village. And, you know, it's a bit nerve-wracking to talk about it because there's just a lot at stake right now down in Springfield. And it makes me nervous talking about it because we don't know what's going to end up, you know, with the budget and how that money is going to be allocated back to the municipalities. So it was still a very good opportunity for us to go down to Springfield and meet with them. We have to keep the communication going, like I said. We don't want them to forget about us. And every time we've gone down there, I have to say, Senate President Cullerton and the governor has always made time for us. And, you know, and we come at them very calm, cool, and collected, but we also make sure that we have our voice be heard in regards to our concerns with what's happening in Springfield. And it's unfortunate because you just have a lot of headbutting going on right now down there. So everything that we see and hear in the news is really happening down there. But I think there's going to come a time when they're going to have to come together like we do up here. We don't always agree, but our job is to get things done. And our job is to remind the legislators that we have in Springfield, the people that we've elected to do that job in Springfield, to kind of get off of ground zero and get things done. One of the questions that we asked was, what's the timeline? When do we think they're going to have a budget? That was a big topic of conversation that we had. And we're hearing any time between, possibly at the end of the May, which I don't think we really believe. It might extend into November, or it might even go later than that. So, when I sit up here and tell you I'm frustrated, I'm frustrated. I think we're all frustrated because, it's just one thing after another that's delaying this. And we can all kind of guess and wonder why there are delays. There's politics involved. There's a lot of things happening in Springfield. But at the end of the day, it's going to be our job to continue to bring the information forward to you, the residents, and hopefully we'll come to some conclusion, hopefully sooner rather than later. But I'm not holding out any hope that they're going to be coming up with a budget solution anytime soon. So for those of you who aren't shy and feel comfortable contacting our state legislators, Deb Conroy on the House side and Tom Cullerton on the Senate side, don't hesitate to reach out to them and tell them how you feel. If you're concerned about something, contact them. We're on the phone with them often. And, we're just doing everything we can to protect what we can for you, the residents, because, we run a pretty tight ship. It's a state mandate that we balance the budget every single year. And we wish that they could do the same in Springfield. They're supposed to. The governor actually told us that it's been over 20 years since the state's had a balanced budget. That's, 20 years is a long time. So, we're doing everything we can by going down there and just having our voice continue to be heard. And there were several other municipalities that went down there and had these meetings with the folks that we met with. So kind of the whole idea of power in numbers, your voice is important. It can be heard. It will be heard. And so just wanted to let you know that we made that very important trip down there. And my colleagues may have other things they want to add when they get to their reports, but that certainly just wanted to convey that. Also, just a couple other little reminders here. We have a water main flushing project going on right now. Flushing is performed on May 9th today, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, and 13th. So basically all week between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. So we ask that you refrain from doing any laundry during these times, as rust stains could potentially damage your clothing. So we hope this doesn't create any inconvenience, but if you have any questions, you can certainly contact Public Works at 630-834-8505. They can answer your questions for you. Also wanted to let you know that Villa Park's French Market has opened for the season officially last week, the first Saturday of May, and it goes between May on every Sunday, I should say, not Saturday, Sunday, May through October from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. So if you want to pick up some flowers or some fresh fruit, they even have some landscaping bushes and things of that nature out there. Go and check it out. They have a lot of different things at the French Market. So it's at Ardmore Avenue and Park Boulevard in the Ardmore Business District across the Prairie Path. And then also just wanted to mention that we have a Memorial Day ceremony coming up on May 30th. It's going to be a village dedication ceremony of the new Cortese Veterans Memorial Park. And I see that we have somebody here, our commander. Would you like to come up and say a few words about the memorial service coming up? And it's going to be a dedication ceremony to remember our fallen heroes from Villa Park, but also to really reintroduce the new park. So if you want to say a few words, yeah.
Members of the board, my name is Tim Conley, I'm the commander of VFW here in town. You said we're having a memorial for Cortese, and I've been there and visited it.
Beautiful.
It's really nice. And it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a gathering place for the people in the community to come and hang out and just enjoy the park. Much more so than, I mean, the Missile was nice, but this is beautiful.
Oh.
I mean, I've been to other memorials in different towns and checked them out. This is like top notch,
Yeah.
top notch. I want to thank the village and the members of the board for approving this. And the festivities will start Monday, 11 a.m. There are going to be several members of the Cortese family in attendance,
Oh, good.
and they will speak,
Oh, good.
some of them. So, if anybody's got any questions, I got to answer whatever I can. There'll be some speakers. Sid will be one of them.
Yes, yes. I'll say a couple words too, and other folks. And some people have asked if they can still buy a brick. You want
Yes,
to talk a
they
little bit
can.
about that?
Yes,
Yeah.
they can. We've been taking orders every day for bricks.
Good.
And I do suspect that after the dedication, there's going to be a flood more of orders come in. You know, but, the order's been being processed real smoothly. Greg's been taking care of that.
It has been
They've
wonderful.
been coming in and going out, and if you go by the memorial now, you'll see a bunch of bricks have already been installed.
Yes, it looks beautiful. $50, right, per brick?
$50 per brick, right.
Yeah.
That includes the engraving and the brick.
Yes, yes, it's lovely. So we appreciate your partnership in that too. You know, the village can't do it without you, and the
Oh, and
VFW.
also, you all, I heard you say that you were frustrated of the way things are going in Springfield.
It's frustrating.
I think I can lift your spirits a little bit.
Yeah.
The VFW has partnered with Make-A-Wish to send a little boy here in the area to Disney World. And we just started this a week ago Friday
Okay.
at our fish fry. And thanks to the generosity of all the people here and our citizens, we have raised over $4,100 so far.
Oh.
We pledged $5,000 by the end of June, and we will make it. So,
That's wonderful, and it's for a local resident, right?
Right,
There's-
right. We
yeah.
can't give out his name.
Right, understand that, but this
Yeah.
is literally in
He's
Villa
from Villa
Park.
Park. He's from Villa
Oh,
Park,
yeah.
and he wants to go to Disney World, so.
Well, that's wonderful.
And in that regard, when we have our Euros for Heroes coming up, $1 of every Euros we sell is gonna go to help that little boy.
Oh,
So we will make that $5,000. And I put out the word, my wife sent out letters to all the police and fire departments, all the first responders in the area, that Euros for Heroes, first responders eat free. Whether you're in uniform or not.
wow.
Have free Euros, they're delicious.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very
Any more
much.
questions? I'm glad to answer.
Oh, that's wonderful. So glad that you're here with us tonight, and we're excited about the Memorial Day celebration, though.
Okay,
There's
we
gonna
are
be
too.
a lot to celebrate there.
Thank
And
you.
staff is really working really hard to get that done, so yes,
Madam
please.
President?
Oh, yes, please do.
If,
Yeah.
if members of the audience or people at home want to contribute to this young boy who's very ill for Make-A-Wish, how could they go about donating to this?
There are
cause?
buckets throughout the area, a lot of businesses have them.
Okay,
If you find a business that doesn't have them, you can call the post, 834-8191, or you can come to the post and make a donation at the post in person. But several of the businesses, I went around this week and dropped off buckets all over the place.
wonderful. That's so good.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sure I didn't get them all, but I got 20 of them.
No, that's wonderful. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. That does lift spirit.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much for all that you do for us. And that's a great way to end my report. So I'm going to move on then to item number 2, public comments on agenda items. This is regarding items 4 and 5 on the formal agenda. This is your opportunity to speak, so if you have any questions or comments, concerns about items 4 and 5, now's your opportunity to come to the podium. We'll give you 3 minutes. Okay, seeing none, then I'm going to move on to item number 3, then on the formal, amendments to the formal agenda. Does anybody on the board have any amendments to the formal? Okay, very good. Then we're going to move on to item number 4, consent agenda. This is A through D. I'm just going to read them for the record. A, bill listing dated May 9th, 2016, one of 2, in the amount of $625,583.42. B, bill listing dated May 9th, 2016, 2 of 2, in the amount of $197,064.30. C, minutes from the Village Committee of the Whole meeting for April 25th, 2016. And D, minutes from the Village Formal Board meeting for April 25th, 2016. Do I have a motion on the consent agenda?
Madam President?
Uh-huh.
I'll move for the
Trustee
consent agenda.
Tagley, okay. Do I have a second then?
Madam President,
Okay, Trustee Wagner.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, great. Any additional questions or comments from the board here? We good?
I checked the bill listing, and it seems to be in order, so nicely done.
1 and 2, right? Okay. All right, great. Thank you. Roll call vote then. Thanks.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
Trustee Case?
Yes.
Trustee Taglia?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
President Bowinkle?
Yes. Okay, item number 5 is resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the purchase of a public safety camera system for use in the North Avenue Townhomes area. The village board is requested to review and approve a resolution authorizing the purchase of additional camera systems to increase public safety for use near the North Avenue Townhomes. Staff recommends the purchase and installation of additional camera systems on the north side of the North Avenue Townhomes, also known as NATH, N-A-T-H. These additional pole cameras will be purchased from Tactical Video Incorporated for the total amount not to exceed $31,800. Staff further recommends the purchase of the 2 license plate recognition systems from Bright Computers Incorporated for the total amount not to exceed $30,860. Funding for this project is available from the North Avenue TIF, number 29.502.01299, that's the fund, and from the DUI Technology Fund, number 19.520.01.310. Motion on item number 5?
Madam President?
Trustee Bolts?
Motion for item 5.
Okay, do I have a second?
Madam President,
Trustee Wagner.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Trustee Wagner. Any additional questions and comments from the board about this item? We good? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
Trustee Case?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Taglia?
Yes.
President Bowinkle?
Yes. Okay, then. Item number 6, then, is public comments on non-agenda items. This is an opportunity for anybody here who's here to say a few words in regards to non-agenda items. Please approach the podium. I can give you 3 minutes, and it's your chance to ask any questions or express comments or concerns. This is non-agenda items. Hi there. What's on your mind, non-agenda items?
Just bringing up the fact that Lions Club is having their pasta dinner at Willowbrook on Thursday. Didn't know if any of you had that on your minutes or not. Okay.
Yay.
Okay, what time
So
is
you-
it at, Cheryl?
I believe it starts at 5 to 8, correct?
5 to 8.
5 to 8, sounds right.
Huh? 5 to 7?
Is it 7?
5 o'clock it starts.
It's 5.
Starts at 5, okay. And you're talking Thursday, May 12th, right?
May 12th.
May
This
12th,
Thursday.
okay.
Who's cooking?
I have
Beat
no
us.
idea. No, I
Beat
just
us.
wanted to
It
go
is?
there.
Is that how it works?
Just going to make sure that was brought up, it's pleasant.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for that. It's an important fundraiser for you. All right. Anybody else in regards to non-agenda items? Yes. Hi. Hi there. Hello. Yes, hello.
Electronic pay for the
Yeah.
parking system in the Metro lot.
Yes.
So,
You want to tell us what your concern is, and then...
well, on 2 occasions I received tickets that I did pay for the box, you know, my parking spot. You put your money in there. I don't know if it just doesn't get pushed in enough. So when you open that door, I don't know if it falls down or if they read it wrong. Their way of checking is opening up the box and marking the, saying like spot number 30 or 35, is they check off if they don't see money in there. That's the checking system. So your ticket initially is $35. Then you have to wait 10 days to get a hearing, and then it goes up to $70. And if you lose at the hearing, your ticket becomes $135.
Well, and your issue was whether or not you can get a receipt, I think
You
is
cannot get a
what you
receipt once you put
were
that in
inquiring
the
about.
box, and how do you fight your case? You go fill out a review form, and Mr. Skoka reviews it and decides whether you pay or not.
So you were wondering
It's
if...
really not a good system. I know like at Elmhurst, they have a system where you pay and you get a receipt.
So we can definitely, as I mentioned to you before, we can
Yes.
look into that.
And
yeah,
even
the
if you
receipt
like raise
system.
the parking, people still have to, it's $1.50. We're like the cheapest in a lot of cities around.
Yeah, we have a lot of people from other municipalities that, yeah, they park here. So yeah, we
We have a
can
big
look
lot.
into,
A lot of I don't know how many people get tickets a day or a week or,
I don't have that answer. Staff may know, but I don't know.
but I will tell you, they did waive my tickets.
Oh.
After I put all the reasons.
Well, very good.
Yeah, I fought pretty hard.
Well, but the system works, there you go, so,
It does, who knows, how do you prove yourself other than fight?
well,
So,
Madam President?
yes.
Have you considered using that smart app on your smartphone,
You
the
know, what if your
Passport?
phone's not working? I've been.
No,
told
I
about
understand,
that.
and you know what, my wife tried it
We
too, and
talked
she's
about
had
that,
trouble. She's
Right.
used it, and then something didn't update fast enough and you get a ticket. But usually it'll come in sometime and they'll say, oh yeah, okay, you did pay it.
And
But it
some-
does provide a type of receipt system.
It does, some people don't have a phone though either.
No, I understand.
Not just for myself.
I'm not saying, I just,
Oh.
if you did have one, I just know that currently that's one way you might be able to have a
Right.
receipt. Until we figure out a better way.
Well,
It's, yeah, it's
I'm
only
not
on the, it's
sure.
only for the
It is.
south lot that
For the
you can
south
pay,
lot, yeah.
Only.
pay on that, you're right.
Okay, that's right. So the
Right.
permit,
So you
is
have-
the north lot is the permit lot, is that right?
The north lot is the permit lot, yes.
Okay.
Well, some of it's permit, some, and then.
Okay, I just thought it might be helpful. but
yeah,
also-
yeah, and we did discuss that part of it too, but yeah, that's okay, so it's nice to see you, and we'll look into the question that you had in regards to the getting, how to work out that receipt piece of it, so.
Okay, excuse me, you need to sign in,
Did you
please.
sign in? Did you sign in there? Yeah.
Please print.
That's just our buzzer for 3 minutes.
Yeah, please print.
Sometimes if we have more than one person who wants to speak, 3 minutes, we try to keep it so we give other people a chance to talk. So is there anybody else for non-agenda items? Are we good? Okay, thank you. Then moving on to item number 7, then village clerk's report. Do you have anything for us tonight?
Well, just a quick report. This Wednesday, the 11th, is the SALT meeting. And that's, starts at 11 and then followed by lunch by the Senior Concerns Commission. And that's, I think, the last one of now spring till fall or
Okay.
September, October, wherever it comes, so.
What
just
time
for
is
the
that
public.
meeting?
It starts at 11 for the seniors. The actual program's at 11, but I believe there are donuts and other things brought in about 10:30.
Well, speaking your language. Donuts, really? Staff likes to eat.
Yeah, that's all, thank you.
Cool, thank you. All right, thank you very much. All right, item number 8, then, village trustees report. I'll start to my left tonight. Trustee Wagner's down there all by himself. You have anything for us?
Yes, Madam President, I just have a couple things.
Yeah.
Just want to let members of the public know that the Traffic and Safety Commission will be meeting tomorrow, May 10th at 8 p.m. here at Village Hall. Also want to remind folks who might be interested that Mama Squash Market will be holding their annual meeting on Sunday, May 22nd at 1:30 p.m. at Lions Field. And they are continuing with their food swaps, which have been successful. Their next one's going to be on Saturday, May 14th from 1 to 3 p.m. And that's at St. Alexander's Gym. And also want to let folks know, if you're interested, for some good fun and food, St. Pius X Parish will be holding a carnival May 20th through the 22nd. They'll have a food and beer garden, rides and games for the kids. And for those who don't know where St. Pius is, it's at the corner of Westmore Myers Road and Madison, 1025 East Madison. And lastly, I just want to remind folks who might be interested about Stream Sweep, which is coming up, Saturday, May 21st, 9 a.m. to noon. Volunteers from Addison and Villa Park will be meeting at the Cricket Creek Forest Preserve off of Fullerton. And we'll have supplies for folks who, bags and pokers to pick up trash along the creek. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, to my right, trustee Volpus. Nothing tonight? Okay, trustee Taglia.
Okay, just touching on what the commander reminded us about, at the VFW, post 2801 here in Villa Park, Euros for Heroes will be on May 21st. Starts at 11 a.m., goes till 4 p.m. They really are the best heroes you can get. They're really good. So again, first responders, as a way to show our appreciation for you, come out to the VFW, eat for free. So make sure all the first responders in town come for that. And for everybody else, just remember the money that you spend on Euros goes to a good cause. It supports our veterans at the VFW. And $1 from every sale will go to help the local Villa Park boy we're sponsoring for his Make-A-Wish. And just so everyone understands, Make-A-Wish is for terminally ill children. So it's important. And I would ask the board if they could contribute to this Make-A-Wish Foundation on behalf of our resident. And I think that Rich's executive assistant, Aaron Knackstead, is the point of contact for contributions from the village. So whether you're village staff or board members, please consider making a contribution to this cause. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll definitely give. Thank you very much. And what time does the Euros for Heroes begin?
11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Yes, you
Another
come for
11 a.m.
lunch and then an early dinner.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, trustee Case.
Yeah, I just would like to thank Manager Keener and staff. I haven't had a chance to thank them because I had a couple situations and you took care of them so fast I didn't get a chance to thank them. So,
All right.
I'd just like to thank them and staff.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. All righty. Nice segue into the village manager report.
Oh, well, thank you, Your Honor. Just got a couple items this evening. I would like Chief Pavlicek to come to the podium and kind of talk a little bit about today's festivities, if you would, please. I appreciate that. Over a period of time, the village always has retirements and promotions, but this month we're going to have several. So, Chief Pavlicek, would you kind of enlighten everyone?
Do I have the 3-minute limit?
Yeah.
We'll give you 3.5 if you need it.
You guys keep us here till 10 o'clock some nights, so I'm just thinking about,
It's
you
a
know.
nice short agenda tonight.
Thank you, Manager Keener.
on.
If I could address two other things. VFW, this Saturday morning, Explorers having their pancake breakfast. I think it starts at 8 or 8:30. And they're fundraising to attend Explorer Post is part of the Boy Scouts of America, Law Enforcement Explorers. They have a state and a national competition. They got to pay their own way to go. This is their fundraiser, so a lot of us will be there helping them out for breakfast on Saturday morning at 8 or 8:30. I can't remember.
Okay, I know you have a banner right outside.
There's a banner right out front.
yeah.
Yeah, there's one in front of the post as well.
Come on.
Madam Clerk, what day were those donuts? You mentioned
Oh.
donuts. Wednesday? I'll see you Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, we had some changes, excitement around the police department. If you weren't aware, Sergeant Rob Yanati, who was hired as a police officer in 1993, served as a patrol officer, patrol supervisor when he was promoted in 2012, and as a tactical officer has retired. Tomorrow is his last day. Congratulations to Rob on a almost 23-year career. And I did overhear him say a little something. I think his members of his family are happy that he's not going to be a police officer. I think his kids had a little worry about him, so I'm glad that he was able to retire and spend some time with his family. That being said, this morning we promoted Officer Timothy Walsh to the position of sergeant. And a lot of you know Wally, as we call him. Been here almost 19 years. Started as an explorer in our Explorer post, went on to work at the sheriff's office, and then came to work at Villa Park. As he mentioned this morning, it was always his goal to be a Villa Park police officer. He's been a high school officer, served in detectives. Now he's going to be a patrol supervisor. I think he's a fine young leader and a great addition to our command staff. When he's not busy being the police and doing things with his family, he's an avid supporter of the USO. I know that, and he's also the guidance, the mentor to our Explorer post. So they're in good hands there. And he also does a lot of work with Special Olympics. So he really, extends other parts of his life to the village, and we're very happy that he was able to achieve his promotion this morning. Lastly, there will be another retirement coming. Lieutenant Gennaro Esposito has announced his retirement. Gennaro started in 1978 and has been here almost 38 years, serving as currently Lieutenant Afternoon Shift Watch Commander. He's been the heart and soul of every canine program you've had here in Villa Park, because to his core, he's a canine man. He loves his dogs. He's had at least, I think he's had 3. And then mentored and took over and supervised the other dogs that we've had here, so. And is planning on his last day being May 28th. Congratulations to Gennaro on a great career. Certainly a stalwart in the community that I'm sure everyone knows. I think there might be some festivities after that day, I'm not sure.
With
last-
donuts or not? No donuts.
Absolutely.
You
If you
brought
don't
it
have
up.
donuts, you don't have fun. That's what they say at the park.
Did you hear that?
Lastly, I will tell you that,
don't need to get
you talked
frustrated
about the
again.
Environmental Concerns Commission, even an idiot like myself can install a rain barrel, but I gotta go home and see if it's got water in it right now, because I put one in yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Good.
So, if I can do it, anybody can.
The environmental side is starting to take hold, all right.
Well, someone planted an herb garden, and she said if I want to continue to eat at that location, I better make sure the herbs have water. So I said, yes, dear, was my answer. So, thank you very much for the time.
And then thank you for the updates. It was a lovely ceremony for now Sergeant Walsh. Got to get used to that. It was very nice this morning. Okay, anything else?
Yes, and just a reminder that this Friday, we'll send out our monthly e-newsletter. So if you're interested, please contact either my assistant Aaron or Mari in my office and subscribe to the e-newsletter. And it's very similar to the Village Matters. Village Matters comes out approximately 3 times a year, but we'll have a monthly e-newsletter full of tidbits, ribbon cuttings, things of that nature. Additionally, during our last board meeting, it was asked for a crack sealing program map for 2016, and we have that, and it's on our website. So if you happen to need that, you can visit Public Works on our website, and the 2016 crack sealing program map is there. Thank you, Ron.
Okay, great. Thank you for that.
And in Vetus's hand.
Oh, you happen to have a copy. Very good. Okay. But it's good that it's on the website, too. www.invillapark.com. Is it right on the homepage or where?
Public Works.
In Public Works link. So, very good. Okay. Item 10, Village Attorney's Report. No report. Okay, then we're going to move on to item number 11. Consider executive session. A, 5 ILCS 120-2 C1, Personnel Matters and Collective Bargaining. B, 5 ILCS 120-2 C5, Purchase or Lease of Property. C, 5 ILCS 120-2 C6, Sale or Lease of Property. D, 5 ILCS 120-2 C11, Pending Litigation. And E, 5 ILCS 120-2 C21, Discussion of Closed Session Minutes. I have a motion to convene to exec session.
Madam President,
Trustee Wagner.
I'd like to make a motion to go to executive
Okay,
session.
do I have a second?
Madam President?
And Trustee Bolfus. Okay, we'll just do a roll call vote then for this.
Trustee Case,
Yes.
Trustee Wagner,
Yes.
Trustee Taglia,
Yes.
Trustee Ayello,
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus.
Yes.
President Bowico.
Yes, okay. We're going to convene to exec session and then we'll adjourn following exec session. So, thanks, Villa Park. We'll go take care of the next round of business.